he's got to turn things around. Ole Miss is on a bit of a slide. Arkansas controls the tap. Our officials, Ted Valentine, Mark Whitehead, and Michael Roberts tonight. And quickly, Wade knocks one down, and the Hogs quickly employ that full court pressure defense. Arkansas in their home white, trimmed in red. Ole Miss in their familiar road blues, trimmed in red. Turnaround off the glass and good for Saiz, and that's a good start for the Rebels.
Let's remember the Ole Miss Rebels have won 4 straight here in Bud Walton Arena, so they've had some success.
Jumper off the baseline won't go. Newby the rebound for the Rebels. 2-point field goal attempt, no good. Saiz battling for it. He's really good on the offensive board. But Scott wins that battle. Here's a 3 on the way from the wing. Up and good for Wade. Expect to see Arkansas pressure after every made field goal. Summers brings it into the front court, guarded closely by Scott. Summers takes it to the basket and scores it for the Rebels.
Well, that's a good sign for Ole Miss early. Jarvis, Summers, and Saiz able to get to the paint.
Wade, offline, no good, wouldn't go down. Anthony Perez the rebound for the Rebels. Good double team in the half court. And that's got to be a place on the floor where the Rebels are going to have to try to avoid picking up their dribble tonight. Look at that defensive pressure. Saiz, and he's fouled. And that will go against Wade, his first.
The Arkansas Razorbacks have a stifling defense. There's pressure on both ends of the floor. You see the double team here. And Saiz does a good job of coming back to the basketball, underrated, but he saves the possession for the Rebels.
Henderson touches the basketball. Arkansas would like to be physical with him on the defensive end tonight. Here he is from 27 feet. Offline, no good. Gully brings it into the front court. He rarely turns it over. Clark up top. Out of the deep corner, 3 on the way. Short side rim, no good for Scott.
This is typical of each senior night that will be going on across the country. In the first 4 to 5 minutes, the energy will be electric on the road. If you're Ole Miss, you've got to try to play through that. And for the Razorbacks, they want to feed off of this energy from the crowd.
Summers with a nice dish to Saiz. He couldn't make it. Wade, Gully, baseline, Portis. Good double team down there. Ole Miss in the zone right now. Gully wisely takes it back outside. They whip it around to the other side. Portis back out top. Lob inside. Contact, no call. Clark couldn't get it to go. Loose ball. Controlled by the Hogs. Clark with a throwdown. And here come the fans. Summers for 3. Drops on in the no. Wave it off. Top. Hit the top of the backboard.
Right now, Coach Andy Kennedy realizing that he's got to continue to keep his guys relaxed. As you see, it hits the shot clock. As a result, the basket is not good.
Clark to Wade. Rebound Perez. Ole Miss holding their own on the board so far. Perez brings it into the front court. Off to Newby. Here's Marshall Henderson. Fade away off the baseline, and he's got it. And there's the first basket of the night for Marshall Henderson. 75% of his field goal attempts will come from outside the arc, but he takes it to the baseline for a 2-point shot. Here comes Ole Miss after the turnover, 4-on-2. Henderson for 3. Tough luck shot wouldn't go in, and will stay at this end.
Well, there's no surprise, Dave. We talked about it being a difficult task. The Ole Miss Rebels came in, but Mr. Clark saying, I'm here. It's my senior night, and I want to win.
They've had. They'd be the number 3 seed in the SEC tournament if it started today.
Outstanding job by Coach Mark Fox and his staff. Charles Mann, one of the better guards in the conference this year. Big, has nice size, and the Bulldogs playing as good as anyone in conference play.
Turnover. Madden looks inside. Portis kicks it back out. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Couple ball fakes. Gully with the right hand puts it in. Fans have been into this one here at the Bud Walton Arena since the get-go. This is one of the loudest facilities in the country, one of the elite places for college basketball in the nation. Good defense. Here's Clark. It's a race to the other end. Pass Henderson. Follow. Madden runs the floor and jams in the rebound.
You're in a danger zone right here. If you're Ole Miss, you've got to be cautious. We talked about how Arkansas was a team that turns you over, but they also use the shot fake as good as anyone. That's 3 shot fakes we've seen there, which causes the movement defensively. Goalie able to get it to the rim, and then they put good defensive pressure, but the offensive pressure, when you change possessions, you got to be quick when you move from one end to the other. A nice finish following the shot by Madden, the fastest 40 minutes of basketball here in Bud Walton Arena.
That is for sure. Henderson couldn't control that basketball on the sideline. That is the 3rd turnover for Ole Miss in the early going. Pull up off the baseline. Back iron would not go for Portis. They had a good look at it. Henderson into the front court. Underneath the basket and then throws it into the first row.
Well, this is an opportunistic game for Marshall Henderson, but also a game in which I imagine Coach Andy Kennedy's somewhat apprehensive about Marshall Henderson. He will get more open looks because of the pressure of Arkansas, but at the same time, you have to be cautious about the tempo and allowing Arkansas to get going up and down in this arena.
Haydar, number 20, has checked into the game. Also, Moses Kingsley is in there. Deep shot out of the corner, in and out. Tough luck shot, would not go. Arkansas retains possession. Here's Qualls on a pull-up pop. Foul over the top.
For Ole Miss right now, you've done a pretty good job of abstaining the run. Let's remember this Arkansas team leads the SEC, 18th in the nation in scoring, but they average not only 80 points a game, but 85 here in this arena.
Darius White. Henderson weaves his way through traffic down the lane and put it up and in. And nearly got the turnover. He's like, come on, Ted, help me up.
Well, this is Marshall Henderson. We said he's opportunistic. I love when he gets aggressive and attacks the basket. Obviously, he can shoot it, but a guy who I think could be dangerous in the SEC tournament if he goes to the rim and also gets to the free throw line.
Harris with the dish. Qualls can really get up. And we got an offensive foul. This will go on Harris.
Harris, the transfer from Houston, tries to use his body, but give credit to Ladarius Snoop White from Ole Miss, absorbing the contact, and those are the type of plays that keep you in it when you're playing Arkansas.
Perez to Henderson. Oh, he won't hesitate. Missed it all. Oh, and the foul. Whoa. Dwight Colby with a hammer.
Kobe only played 12 minutes and only had 1 rebound versus Texas A&M, but you can tell his mindset is correct here tonight.
Madden. And we got a foul inside. This is going to go against Ole Miss.
One of the weaknesses of Arkansas is because of their attacking and aggressive defense, they leave lanes open for the offensive rebound. Now, that was a tough one anytime it's an air ball to grasp, but that is where you can try to have an advantage is on the offensive glass.
Qualls. Pass deflected back. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Madden. The pull-up, mid-range jumper falling away. That's good stuff. Another deflection and a turnover. Haydar lines it up. Timeout, Rebels. With a 6-point lead on Ole Miss. After the Rebel timeout, Ole Miss set to inbound the ball. Full-court pressure defense. Summers waves everybody ahead. I'll take care of it. Here's Perez. Got an open lane to the basket. Counted and a foul. What a strong move by Perez.
You know, what's interesting here is when Perez caught it, he had a decision to make. Do I relax and kind of set it back up, or do I attack the rim? And you see here, he makes the decision, I'm going for it all. He attacks the rim and explodes, and now has an opportunity for a 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
The Venezuelan native will step up. 71% from the stripe. And he completes the 3-point play. And it quiets the crowd, at least for the moment.
Coach Andy Kennedy and Ole Miss Rebels now switch defenses.
Summers. They're able to finish it. It's a 1-point game.
Yeah, Dave, they switched to the 1-3-1 defense, caught Arkansas off guard a little bit. Now Arkansas will make the adjustment.
Harris, short side rim wouldn't go. Saiz the rebound, 1 and done for Arkansas that time. Ole Miss can take the lead on this trip. Summers, the crossover, that was nice. And the Rebels have a 1-point lead.
Let's remember, this Ole Miss Rebel team 1 possession away at Georgia, played Florida to the very last second. You see they're on a 7-0 run. And this is a team that was not far outside the sights of March Madness either.
Harris is fouled as he goes to the hole. He'll be at the free throw line.
You know, they knocked off Larry Brown and SMU, who's 18th in the country right now, led by Nick Moore. A very good basketball team. They've proven they can win on the road. Mississippi State, Vanderbilt, and even in the loss on the road at Missouri, this team was continuing to take strides. Mike Anderson has faced adversity. He's looked it in the face, and he's doing the same thing that he did when he was at UAB, when he went to Missouri and went to the Elite Eight, and has now brought that here back to Arkansas.
Harris checks out. Clark back in. White across the timeline. Guarded by Bell, number 5 in white. Arkansas legitimately goes 10 deep. Summers. Take it outside. Back iron would not go for White. Loose ball controlled by the Hogs. Here they come. Qualls with some space. Jump step in the lane. Can't finish it.
See where Ole Miss started 4 of 11. They have since then been 4 of 5, and there's been a change of tempos. Now that turnover there makes it very difficult for Ole Miss, but in the first 3 to 4 minutes, it was up and down. There was complete havoc. Arkansas started out very well, but since then, Coach Andy Kennedy switched to the 1-3-1 zone a little bit, turned this a little bit more into a half-court game, and as a result, Ole Miss has gotten back in it only down 1.
White picks up his first personal foul. That was a frustration foul. 14 fouls now in the first half against Ole Miss.
Like Perez at 6'9", at the top of that 1-3-1 makes it very difficult.
Gets the shooters rolling there. Cody Clark. Right now, Marshall Henderson is on the bench for Ole Miss. It's a three-point game. Perez lost it. Madden needs help. And a timeout right in front of Mike Anderson. That's good coaching.
Yeah, you can give that possession to Coach Mike.
First half turnovers in the first 10 minutes of this game tonight here in Fayetteville. Bell, the penetration, the runner, puts it up and in with the right hand. And the lead is 5.
See our one-on-one update. Henderson and Summers playing fairly well with 10 points, kept keeping Ole Miss in the basketball game, and Arkansas with 9 points off of those 7 forced turnovers.
Summers can't hit it. Here's a chance for Arkansas to build on a 6-0 run. Marshall Henderson will come back in at the next opportunity. 3 on the way, and that looked good when it left his hand. Bell with a tray.
Arkansas on this 9-0 run, and Bell averaging 11.3 over his last 3 games. So many weapons for the Razorbacks.
Count it, and a foul. A late whistle. Saiz gets the basket and will step up to the line.
Well, Sebastian Saiz is a young man who's a freshman, but actually has a nice upside. We've seen glimpses of it this season. Earlier, he had 20 points and 9 rebounds against a tremendous front line of LSU. He also ranks 5th amongst freshmen in the SEC in rebounding out of Madrid, Spain. 6'9", 233 pounds.
66% free throw shooter, misses it. But it does pull the Rebels to within 6. Another 3 on the way. Bell knocks down another one on consecutive possessions. Newby will take it up top. All the way to the basket. I think that was partially blocked. Bell comes out of there with it. 4 on 3. Bell, can he hit another? And a nice save by Perez. Wide open look from outside the arc. And Newby knocks it right down.
Prodigious three-pointer by Newby. Had a double-double, 15 points and 10 boards versus Alabama.
It's a three-point shooting contest. There goes Clark for 3. Newby's a moment ago for Ole Miss was their first three-point basket of the game after they misfired on their first 5 attempts from outside the arc. Henderson for 3. Contact, but it didn't matter.
Wow. Comes off full speed off of the screen, lays down in the air and fades away for the three-point shot. And now Ole Miss now goes to the 2-3 zone. So you see the chess match between Coach Andy Kennedy of Ole Miss and Coach Mike Anderson of Arkansas.
Well, we thought we'd see a lot of points in this one, and we're off to a good start. The extra pass by Arkansas. And Bell is on fire.